This is our 2-year anniversary living in a van, and we're spending it in beautiful Santa Fe, where there's a ton of shops to poke around and hats to try on. Plus, there's all these cool little passageways into courtyards that have more things for sale and more shops. But the coolest thing about Santa Fe by far is all the adobe architecture that looks like it's from another world. But the little hats are definitely a close runner-up, so shout out to those. And after we toured Santa Fe, we hit the local Walmart for some snacks, where we stocked up on some chips and guac for the ride down to Albuquerque. And once we made it there, Olivia got her swagger back because we were going into one of the most authentic taco places in the city. And we started off with a nice fresh agua fresca before hitting those tacos. And all in all, this was only $11 for 3 tacos and a massive agua fresca. There were tons of locals here, so you definitely want to check it out if you're in town.
8.5 out of 10. Pretty good. Sauce is spicy.
After leaving El Paisa, we went over to the vegan Vato so I could get a nice huge taco plate as well. 4 tacos with sides was only $15. Now I got the mushroom asada and the jackfruit birria, and I gotta say the mushroom asada taco was the best taco I've ever had in my life, and the birria, on the other hand, was the most spiciest taco I've ever had in my life. And it took a while to recover from this one, but I hung in there like Rocky Balboa does in the boxing ring, and I made it out alive.
That must spice you out.
That was spicy. All right, guys, take a little morning walk, going to get some coffee. Now, after Olivia got her coffee, we were ready to start our day in the great city of Albuquerque. But before going back to our home on wheels, we went for a little supply run. Since we just got back on the road, we were pretty disorganized, so we took some time to reorgo. I went to the back of the van in the garage, took everything out, swept it up, and made sure it was all good and tidy before heading inside to see Olivia's progress.
Only 3 days. Pennsylvania, West Virginia, to Tennessee, to Arkansas. Then made it to Albuquerque.
Quick bathroom break in Walmart.
Lunchtime.
Put some tomatoes up top, put some tofurkey on there. That's lunch, guys.
I could have one more.
Workday's done, and now we're headed to Albuquerque Old Town.
These sides almost look unreal.
We really loved exploring courtyards like this that had a ton of little shops, and we also found this place that had a bunch of vintage native jewelry. I asked the owner how she procured most of this stuff, and she said that people bring it to her, but it was really cool just to browse around the shop and see all the different things that they had. After that, we went to check out the church in the Old Town Plaza. We went inside to get our relationship right with God, but we were not prepared for what was going to happen next. The guy spit on Olivia's window. The guy that we parked in front of.
Freaking you Mexican people never experienced like
Tight
fight for
parking.
tight parking and squeeze into a spot. I forgive him, but if I saw him, I'm gonna spit back on his face.
Then we went to El Patio after we got our appetite back to try some of the authentic New Mexican food recommended to us.
Green chili stew.
And Olivia was not prepared for this one. Oh, Spice City, crazy Spice City.
Whoa.
I finally learned today there's a difference between Mexican food and New Mexican food. The green chilies over the red chilies. Learn something new every day.
What type of jerk spit on people's window?
Then we went to our local Planet Fitness to shower, study, and sleep, and we saw a thrift shop nearby, so we went in and I found this little gem. Oh, it's friggin' super cold city.
We're gonna go to Starbucks and scram to Frontier. Get breakfast burrito.
In this state, pain is considered a flavor. That's why they push chili so much.
Now this may be the best local spot for grubbing, and our friend Jim told us the line wraps all the way around the restaurant on weekends, and when we got our food, we could definitely see why, because I got 2 bean burritos smothered in chili for $3 each, and Olivia got a loaded breakfast burrito and green chili stew for $11. You can get extra meat in the burrito, but Olivia went with a standard egg, cheese, and shredded potato and was blown away.
I think this is my favorite burrito.
And the green chili stew did not disappoint either. Meanwhile, I was grubbing down on some chilies of my very own. I had the green chili burrito and I had the red chili burrito. And personally, I like the gravy style of the red, but I heard from a local that the best style is mixing red and green for a Christmas chili. Gonna spend our workday at the Wildlife Rescue Center. Gonna try to see some cranes here.
I saw there were swans or ducks, but I think they might be cranes.
Olivia said you saw them yesterday.
I did. I saw there were swans. Swan? Swan? How do you pronounce
Swans.
it? Swan.
Dang it, just geese. What the heck? The Underground Visitor Center. That's cool. Our friend Savan that works here, she told us to go down this path looking for porcupines.
And porcupines can't climb.
She said look in the trees for porcupines. Olivia thinks she spotted one. After potentially seeing the belly of one, we went over to see the Rio Grande in all its glory. Well, maybe half of its glory because it was pretty dried up, but it was still a pretty cool sight to see down here at the Rio Grande Nature Center State Park. Definitely an awesome place to visit.
We have the largest porcupine in the world here. I'm telling you guys, he has those herding hair.
We're going to finish up the workday here, then we're going to drive to the mountain. From there, we went up to Sandia Crest to see the sunset, and I gotta say that this place was absolutely magical. If you're in Albuquerque, do not miss the chance to do this. It was incredible. God's power flows within me! It's cold city, it's cold Gangster City. Although Olivia and I escaped the winter up north, we're still facing some really cold mornings, waking up in Love's parking lots. And with our sights set on Mexico, we stopped at another Love's for gas and found ourselves at a nice Subway. Now this wasn't just any old regular Subway sub because we managed to finally find the veggie patty. And although that sub was very good, it was not the main attraction of the day because we were headed to Petrified Forest National Park in Arizona, and there are some breathtaking views as soon as you get into this park. And at the visitor center, there was a cyber shit waiting for us in the parking lot, so we parked as far away from that pile of crap as we could because we needed to get inside this visitor center to fuel Olivia's stamp addiction. We've been to 40 national parks now, and we're determined to hit them all, so follow along for the ride. Now, we do work while on the road. We have a Starlink, so we decided to set up for the workday here because they did have the bathrooms. Plus, having a view like this in your backyard is a pretty good perk. Look, there's a guy right down there. Is he pissing? Ah! Now, since we spent most of the workday at the visitor center, we didn't get to see most of the great sights this park has to offer. We're on an adventure down in Mexico. Hope you join us for the ride. Did you come to see an adventure? Yahoo! Let's roll, Scramble Kid! We're at our 40th national park, Petrified Forest. Woo! And guys, you gotta believe me when I say that this park is super beauts. And you can actually find ruins and petroglyphs from civilizations of the past here, like these ones here on Newspaper Rock. Now, on top of all that, a visit to this park comes with tons of breathtaking views, and we found a spot called Blue Mesa, which may have been one of the best parts of this whole park, and we haven't even gotten to what it's known for yet.
You feel like you're walking bottom of the ocean 2 million years ago, 200 million years ago.
Now, the number one thing this park is known for is the petrified wood that you can find all over the place. Because supposedly millions of years ago, there was actually a forest here, and over time, trees that were buried under sediment and water were turned to stone. Like literally as if Medusa herself looked at these trees, the molecules within them have been petrified and turned into literal stone. And this petrified wood isn't the only evidence of an ancient forest, because the museum in the park has fossils of literal monsters. And we're talking don't go in the lake or you will be eaten whole, nothing remaining monsters. Now, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to cross paths with any one of these guys unless I had a frickin' bazooka. Well, maybe I could take that guy one-on-one, though. Now, all in all, this park was pretty awesome because it gave you such a great glimpse into what the ancient past was like in this place. And if you didn't think you saw it all, someone literally built a house out of the petrified wood. Now, it'll hurt your brain trying to figure out which little piggy built that, but just like the big bad wolf, after 7 miles of walking, we were getting hungry, so we went to the best place for all you can eat, China Buffet. And I gotta say, for $11.99 in the middle of frickin' nowhere, the spread was second to none. And you better believe we got our value. No, we damn near put him out of business. The guy came up to us on his knees begging for us to stop eating. Holy cow, I'm feeling like a stuffed pig.
We're preparing to head to Mexico. And we need a cold soda.
Headed into Mexico soon.
Time for laundry.
Laundry bag looks like it's growing a freaking baby. Next to the laundromat, Ranch Mart. And guys, if you haven't checked out these Mexican markets, you gotta, because they got La Cocinas in there with tons of fresh cooked foods. They were giving us some free samples of the agua frescas and the dishes, so Olivia was trying all these things. They also had some great meal deals for lunch, and this place was packed with people. We grabbed some chips and salsa and grubbed down good before heading back to the laundromat and putting our stuff in the dryer.
Still have space, hey.
And after finding there was still more space for clothes and realizing we had Buffalo Exchange gift cards, we went to the local Buffalo Exchange in Phoenix, which is crazy to me because we got our gift cards back in Boston. I didn't realize how many Buffalo Exchanges there were around the country, but instead of buying anything there, we went to the best place for used clothes, Goodwill. And the amount of cool things we got there for just $12 will prove to you how great this place really is.
Blue tag. It's not $1.99.
So half off.
It's brand new Ross comfy long pants.
Woohoo!
Cool hat. What a cool pants. Everything is cool.
Nice.
$12. All these cool stuff.
And after our mini shopping spree, we headed over to Staples to get some copies of our passports for our trip into Mexico. And after that, we hit the road, leaving Phoenix behind and headed down south towards Yuma. And once we got there, we celebrated with another Subway feast because the elusive veggie patty was found once again. All right, guys, we did a little Planet Fitness shower laundry. And now we're outside of Walmart making some pickles, getting the last of our supplies because we're headed into Mexico. Oh my gosh.
Patty bought too much.
We're risking it all in Mexico.
We're finally in the warm weather now.
Olivia and I keep regular work hours during the week, so we got to work in the Walmart parking lot that we woke up in. All right, guys, work day's done. Olivia took tomorrow off. Let's get the last couple things ready, and we're gonna scramble on. It's hard buying gifts for people while you're living with them 24/7 on the road. Valentine's Day surprise for Liv coming. Oh shit, she's calling me right now to ask where I am. Gotta get back in there. Made it back in right under the radar with nothing suspected. And after we picked up the last couple of supplies we needed for our trip down to Mexico, we headed back to the van because we still needed to clean up from the work day. So typically what this looks like is filling up any empty water bottles and getting them back into the fridge, putting our laptops away and anything else we use for the work day, making our bed if we hadn't done that already, and getting our gym bags ready for a trip to Planet Fitness for showering. When you're living in a van, a little mess can make a big difference, so we make a point to tidy up as often as we can.
I send you an email about the insurance. How are you gonna print?
I don't just know what, oh, you're sending me an email, so I gotta do something about it.
No.
Shout out to your mind reader husbands out there.
Oh my god, ridiculous.
Gotta get a couple of things at Walmart still. The last one didn't have them. Tofurkey and a little bit of Pepto-Bismol we forgot to grab last time. French fries, Tofurkey. Packing up the last stuff for the voyage. Got over 20 gallons of water stocked. There's like 11 down here. Fill up Subway on our belly. You guys must think we eat Subway every day. We don't eat this every day. Only the last 3 days. And after stuffing our gullets with Subway, we went over to Staples because we had to print out the car insurance for Mexico. Then we headed over to Marshall's because I needed to grab some new loofahs. Plus, it's the best place for snacks. And I got pretty lucky by finding some new boats for my feet. I was feeling like one of those Japanese foot bind girls. You can see how red my pinky toe is there. And now I'm sporting the new size 15s, and they're looking pretty good. All right, Scramble Dudes, we just showered up good for the last time before we head into Mexico.
Yeah, we made
Oh my God! I see diapers over there.
missing land.
Tomorrow we're going to Mexico. Follow along to see what happens next. We're ready to head to Mexico. Woohoo! Scramble on! Olivia needs her soldier drink. Big ass
Ice
coffee.
latte without ice. Well, I just don't like too much ice.
Because of the value loss.
Yeah, that's true too. Alright, are we 100% ready?
Oh, we could grab another Subway. Me and Olivia bought 3 friggin' subs the past couple days. Now every 4th foot long is free. Scammers, guys. They got rid of the friggin' $5 foot long. Now they wait until we eat 3 subs to tell us the 4th one's free. We're going to change some cash. Follow this page to see what happens next.